Such a refreshing sound.
It is. It kind of is nice. I like that refreshing sound. The refreshing sounds of Harris Heller and Stream Beats. That also was nice.
We appreciate that.
All of these things are excellent when you were trying to not get a copyright strike of some sort.
And not getting that message that was on the screen.
Oh, God. I don't want to see that. Don't see. Now you just spoke it into existence again.
No.
We literally.
There's all blue lights there. It's all good.
That's
all blue.
true.
All
yeah,
blue
we do
there.
have everything on there. Welcome again to the About Beverages podcast, our usual Thursday-ish.
The early version.
The early version,
Early
that's
edition.
right. Yeah, about an hour and a half early.
Yeah.
Hour and a half-ish early. If Guardian Down was here, that's something that he would say.
But we even beat Guardian.
I think we've beaten everyone here. I don't even know. Even though I tried to put out multiple tweets, like I said, make sure you're following us on all the social media things. Who knows? Maybe Threads soon as well. As everything keeps popping
Multiple
up.
threads.
Yeah, so many threads. We'll hit the shameless plugs right away. Like I said, all of these places, that's how you can know when we're going live. And today it just happens to be a little bit earlier. Changed up the schedule. Like I said, but kind of nice. We have a little bit different lighting in here because it's a little more daylight.
True.
So that's
I was wondering what looked different.
Kind of making us
just
look a little bit different and just how the light shines. I noticed that too when I'm streaming, like I said, during the week, doing whatever game I might be playing. As the day gets longer, I'll notice like if I do a longer stream, I'll still be like, man, it seems. I was like, oh, it's because it's 4:00 now. It's not usual 3:30 or something. Just even those little things can make a difference.
There's too much light in here.
There's too much light. You can all see me too well. Light. Yeah, exactly.
This is actually something we're doing for our viewers in Europe. We're starting a little earlier.
That's right.
or back east.
Yeah, we had Cultist. A few of our other European contingent have asked that we start a little bit earlier. So we have done so. Did you actually hit the tweet?
I did.
Okay, I was just making sure.
The tweet is out.
One last thing I just had to check.
Tweet is on.
Tweet is on. Instagram is up. All those fun things. The only other thing I was hoping, and we won't say anything more about Threads, but I was hoping that since Instagram like literally integrated into that new app, that new platform, I messaged today doing Google searches of like, hey, if I post on Instagram, will it just automatically post on Threads? Because then that would solve my problem about the video. No. That does not happen.
Dang it.
Does not happen as of yet, but we will see. We will see as things change. But yeah, how are you doing? How was your week? What have you been up to? Anything exciting? Anything?
No. Been a good week. But like I said, the holiday falling on Tuesday was a little weird.
Is Trader Joe's closed on that kind of day, or do they open?
Close early.
Okay.
Close at 5. I'm normally off on Tuesdays anyway, so I was off, but Pocket and Son had the day off then. And normally those holidays fall like on a Monday, so I have Monday, Tuesday off, so usually then I've got Tuesday as my day of doing stuff. So this week it was Monday, and then Tuesday was relaxation, and so it was just a little weird but then all of a sudden Tuesday I'm like, oh, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, but, there are certainly worse things to have happen. But no, we just relaxed on 4th of July and watched that summer movie hit from last summer.
Hereditary?
From last summer.
Oh.
We watched Maverick. Top Gun.
Top Gun. How was it?
It's good.
I've heard it's very good.
Yeah.
Did you do a double feature? Did you do the original right into that one so that you could kind of get the real character development and the real feeling of everything?
Well, no, because there was a 30-some-year gap in between those two movies.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, so it is kind of more present day then.
Oh, yeah.
They're not trying to pretend. Although Tom Cruise could pass for about at least a 40-ish-year-old man.
Pretty close, but unfortunately Val Kilmer can't.
No.
But he was in that.
I heard that the very end. Was it touching? Was it sweet?
It was.
Did they
do
it right?
They did. There was I think some, and I know we're talking, this is all stuff that was discussed, I'm sure, with a lot of fervor about a year or so ago, but it was good. It was good throwback to the original, and then some good new stuff, and so it was fun.
Lots of planes shooting at things.
Nice. Absolutely.
Okay, that's definitely solid for sure. All right. So we've got a beverage of the evening that is, we're going to start off with that is no longer available.
No longer available. I had 2 of these.
There is, Oh, you've already had 2 of them?
I was given 2 of these were put aside for me by a former coworker. When I think I had, when Ben graduated, actually, they arrived at the store. So fortunately, someone put 2 aside for me, and then we still had them before we went on our vacation. But when I got back from vacation, they were gone. So I was glad to have had at least 2 of these. So sharing one with you.
And what is that thing we're talking about? But it is the Trader Joe's Peach Ale. It's a kettle sour.
Kettle sour, right?
And this is from Campanology Brewing, which is kind of like Trader Joe's like contract brewer, I guess.
Contract brewer Midwest.
Oh,
then they've also got on the West Coast, which I believe is Gordon Biersch.
Oh, that's right.
That does a lot of their stuff
For
too.
sure.
But then they've got also this, this other brewery. I'm pretty sure is the one that does the Simpler Times and the Bosons and all those things and that barrel stout that we
that was Campanology though, wasn't it? Okay, I was gonna say so they do kind of the sweet
and the
stuff in
tiramisu. We did the pastry stout from them. So
those have been pretty good.
Yeah,
7 ounces alcohol. A little surprised by that. That's
7
nice.
ounces. I think it's a
7%. I'm sorry, 7%.
I was actually surprised. I did not.
16 ounces. I had just read 16 ounces, and then I went to that.
7 ounces, 16%.
I've already been drinking at 3 in the afternoon. 7%. Okay.
I had not. I did not look at that until just either yesterday or today, and I was like, oh, I was surprised. It was
peach puree, apple, and pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder why they felt they needed to add those other things.
I don't know. Maybe to bump up the peach. Dance.
I was just going to say, are you going to put the needle on the record? Yeah. Almost kind of looks pineapple in color. A little bit. I guess it's a little darker than that.
Yeah. Looks like a hazy.
There's a bright golden Berliner Weiss hazy on the meadow. Ooh, that is peach.
Yeah. Tis peach.
Definitely peach and the pineapple. Like I said, I think there's the pineapple kind of seems to come in a little after that. There's
after that, but you definitely get that original hit of peach there.
That smells very good though. So this one, like I said, is no longer available. Do you remember what the price was when it was out?
It
looks like a 4-pack here on.
I think it was just $8. I think I thought it was.
Has a lovely color. It does kind of have a lovely color too. It doesn't it, Cultist? Yeah.
See, just for Cultist, we were starting early.
That's right. Exactly. Our European contingent.
8, so it was only a little after midnight when we went live in.
We're gonna let it all
Europe.
I'm sorry, you said a price and I talked right over.
I thought it was just $2 a can, but
it's not bad.
Yeah, about what these come in at usually.
Well, it smells delicious. I like this style quite a bit. Like I don't even mind the kettle sour. I mean, you don't have quite the depth when it's not actually in something, but you also have a little more depth in your wallet.
Yes, there's a little more still left in your wallet.
A little more left in your wallet. That tastes like a ripe peach. That is solid. That's good. Yeah. I've been happy to having a 4-pack of this for $8. Like that. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, even if it was $2.50 a can, that'd still be be good.
I'm sorry, Keith. I can't. No,
it's gone too far.
No, it's too much. Too expensive. There are better things I can find. No, I'm just kidding. No, even that would have been totally fine. Would have been satisfactory. Yeah, actually, the picture, like I said, as you can see there on the screen, that is. No, this is actually a beer. It is a Berliner Weiss, and it is a kettle style sour, which means they didn't actually do any like the barrel aging that you would normally get out of a classically aged sour beer. They do a kettle sour, which, like I said, through some magic of chemistry and boiling on a pot on the water with some different yeasts, they create that souring effect in a much faster rate. I'll say it looks very cloudy. Yeah, it is. It is a little on the cloudier side for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, had this still been available after I tried it, that would have been definitely a good,
that's a great
especially
summer.
like for the party coming up this weekend.
Yeah,
this would have been a good one to have in the cooler.
Great summer beer for sure.
Usually the Berliner Weisses are not in the 7% range though, unless it's an imperial.
No, that's
and even
true.
Those are usually like 6 to 7.
Yeah, an imperial Berliner Weiss usually is like 6. That's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I wonder if they mentioned any reason. Everything bright, juicy, inviting mix of sweet and sour. Made in the style of a traditional Berliner Weiss with a light. Yeah, that's kind of funny because you're 100% right. Because usually, if you go lighter. Like classic traditional Berliner Weiss, it's like 2% or something like that. Okay. Yeah, that is really delicious, actually. So do you actually have any more? You have one more?
No, I had tried one already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. What sense this was just to open the show.
Man, right here. I see how it is.
Yeah, no, I
had
on
the way over. That's not right, Keith. That's illegal.
I had one on the way over.
That is illegal.
So. And that's when I realized, oh my God, it's 7%.
Because
I could talk my way out of 3%.
Because the police officer told you it was 7. That's why.
I could talk my way out of 3%, but 7%, I don't think I could have.
I don't think this is right.
Officer, it's just 3%.
I had to put this deeper down in the cup holder.
This is like non-alcoholic to me.
This is practically,
it's an NA beer.
This is practically. Do you know my podcast? I drink 13, 14% for breakfast. Please.
Come on.
Jesus.
Was talking with because we started carrying the one athletic I think that's all they do is non-alcoholic beer.
I believe so.
Their IPA, and so Fitz and I were talking a little bit about that, and I was mentioning that Jay is making the hop water.
Oh yeah.
Which you said it costs. In fact, actually, he makes money.
Yeah, he does.
Making it.
Well, he does now. The amount he's saving is ridiculous. Obviously, you have to have the equipment, so there's that initial purchase, but
he's got it. So
he had that anyway. It's just amazing.
I'd like to try it.
Maybe you can try doing what women do when you get pulled over: pout, look pretty, and apologize a little before breaking out into tears. Tears of your Berliner Weiss.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. I do that even when I'm not getting
pout
pulled
and
over.
break into tears.
I just do that when I'm driving home.
That's right. Just all by myself. I pout and break into tears.
Good evening, everyone. Planty, how's it going? Good to see you. Lucky.
Whoa.
Oh my God, what's Lucky doing here?
Lucky's here already.
Oh my God, Lucky's here. We started early enough that Lucky's here. Yeah, no, this is that's quite delicious. I definitely, Now I'm kind of sad that I didn't know about it.
Well, if it comes in again, then poolside.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Lucky is currently at
billiards pool or swimming pool. Oh wait, no,
swimming pool. Actually, I would think, right? Or
no, I'm just kidding.
I
saw something before.
You had me for a second. I was like, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how Prone's house is. Lucky is currently at one Prone's house. It is ProneCon that he is doing. He invited a bunch of his other friends and stuff over, and they're having like a little get together kind of thing over at so Lucky and a whole bunch of other people have gone in. Just saw your Discord's planting. I have no words about the paint. Oh my gosh, I'll have to look at that. I'll have to check on that momentarily.
Yeah, if this said for some reason does become available again, or if it comes around again next year,
or even another version of it. If it's like, oh, here's a whatever sour
they know what they're doing.
Would definitely want to try that one again and get some in. That's too bad they don't make it like. This seems like a longer summertime worth of beer. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, and we had there was a limited amount we could order each time, but we went big, as big as we could, and it sold really well. So you would think it would come back.
What do you have right now from is like the Campanella, like whatever you're getting in from them?
Nothing right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No,
oh, okay. I didn't know if it was consistently almost like how what was the cider we had where it was like basically it rotated like every time you ordered?
Oh, that was
which I know is not a Trader Joe's thing,
right.
but just in general.
That sort of thing. No, that would be a great idea if they had something like that.
That's what it should be.
A little program, yeah.
That they just kind of
keep. Rotating sour program.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
But all right, who would I have to talk to?
Yeah.
Talk to the folks at
Campanology.
Talk to the folks at Campanology. So Top Gun, you watched Top Gun this week. Anything else exciting?
Well, right after that, then we were still looking through. Since that's on Amazon Prime, we came across a movie called A Simple Favor. And it was from a few years ago. It was with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively.
Oh,
and it was entertaining. It was a little mystery, a little suspense, some comedy. Kind of, they called it a black comedy. It wasn't super dark, a little bit, but it was funny. But in it, and I think it was from 2018. So in it, there are several scenes where you see Aviator Gin. She's making Lively's making martinis. And
wow! I wonder why.
And I think he just sold his stake in that company. But,
oh, did he?
Yeah, I believe so. But
so it's just him and Mint Mobile until the end.
He sold that too.
Did he?
Yeah, he bought something else though.
Oh my God!
I know he's wheeling and dealing, this guy.
Is he still doing ads for Mint Mobile?
I haven't seen anything recently. No.
Wow.
But so it was funny because they're. Yeah, she's starting to make a drink, and I said to Pocket, that's Aviator Gin. And that was Ryan Reynolds bought that.
And he sold it.
And now he sold it, yes.
Now I got to look that up. Ryan Reynolds.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
So.
Nice. But he has sold it.
2020, he sold Aviator Gin American.
Oh, in 2020.
Company of San Diego is part of a deal worth an estimated $610 million.
Yeah.
All right.
And now he's sold.
Ryan Reynolds still part owner. Oh, did it say there?
Oh, there you go.
280 million pounds. Pounds, baby, or euros? I'm not sure.
That might be euro. I'm not
Actor
sure.
Reynolds is being acquired by T-Mobile as part of their cash and stock deal worth. Oh, jeez.
Yep.
He's a very good businessman. Very, very wealthy businessman.
Yes.
If only his acting was as good as... Oh, no, I'm just kidding. He's fine as Deadpool. I have Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to watch tonight. Ooh, nice. That's a good one. I like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We saw that actually in the theater. Kind of preoccupied with the idea of a peach ale. Does it taste like a carbonated drink? Is the alcohol overbearing? I don't taste any alcohol at all.
I didn't even... like I said, I had not even looked at what the alcohol content on this was. It just... that does not come through.
No, not at all.
I don't really even think... I mean, you get maybe a hint of beer, but I don't even know if you'd really know it's a like if it passed the pocket sour test.
It's probably not tart enough. I
Maybe not.
I honestly don't think there's like really anything in there that says beer.
Yeah. But maybe it's just
even
not
though
sour enough.
And that's kind of how Berliner Weiss is. Berliner Weiss is very usually light vessel for these types of things.
But this would make a good, like she does the slushy. In fact, she had one.
This would make a delicious slushy.
You could make your beer slushy with this.
That might actually be pretty good for that.
No, it's just, it's a sour.
It feels more like a cider body. No, I think it's heavier. It's because of like how you noticed how it's a little bit cloudy. I think there's a little more body to it, which is kind of maybe what makes like there's a little bit of silky is probably a little bit of a strong word, but there's a texture to it a little bit that makes you kind of feel that. But the rest of it, it's refreshing. My mouth is watering a little bit because of the souring effect.
Berliner Weisses can be
good.
Tart.
Yeah,
a little bit. I think that's from the wheat because it's usually a wheat. A little bit of wheat body.
Yeah, it's in that same family as like a wheat beer or something like that. But it's really good. And I wouldn't say it's overly carbonated though either, would you?
No.
I think it's the cloudy aspect that's throwing me off. When I think of ales that are cloudy, they're more in the mead family. So over here, if an ale is cloudy, it usually tends to be a hazy IPA.
Right.
And that's the majority of what we get here in the US. A lot of, like I said, some of the meat, like I said, not that it can't be other things, but usually, like I said, it turns into that type of an IPA, like a hazy IPA, which is basically an unfiltered IPA. So that's, like I said, the reason that it's cloudy is because of the extra hop matter and everything else going on in there that they decide not to take out, as opposed to a classic,
hop matter.
Hop matter.
Yes. How about you? Anything? Are you waiting on the air conditioning part?
Yep. Air conditioning will be fixed tomorrow morning, okay. So the stream will be a little bit later tomorrow morning to start because, like I said, but hopefully they're here early, on the early side of what they said. Looks like we're first appointment, so that's always pretty good. So that's been a little bit frustrating this week, but like I said, light at the end of the tunnel. So dealing with that. Still getting the pool dialed in just a little bit. Trying to think, like, we haven't watched anything else. We actually were going to watch something on 4th of July and then wound up not doing it. I think about no, just like literally just watching Frasier. Like, I don't know when we have dinner. I know, shocking. We're almost done.
Fifth time?
Probably now. And I did take the opportunity when it was in the, I think it's in the second season, took the opportunity to skip the episode that is I never watch. There's one episode of Frasier that I never watch.
Well, we've talked about that. But
so we skipped. So like as soon as actually like we went to start as we were sitting down, Rachel's like, "Oh, we're skipping that one, right?" And I'm like, "Yep." And we went.
Which one is that? One.
What's that?
Which one is that? Again?
It's the one where he goes into Daphne's room.
Oh God, yeah, that's annoying.
It's just like, again, like we've talked about. Like I said, there are smart ways that they do a lot of the things in that show where it's like, miscommunication and all that stuff. It's like, and sometimes that frustrates me, but usually I get over. That one is just so like literally, you wrote this just to write it, just to have a reason to, and it's just so dumb and over the top. Like it just doesn't even make any sense.
Yep.
And I think, but it sends a very confusing message. Something like a peach ale, I would imagine, is more of a social drink, but 7% volume. That's close to needing a cab home tier. So. Not particularly. Like I said, at least here in the U.S., technically again, and like I said, this is probably a difference in countries and society and that kind of stuff. So here in the U.S., 5% is technically sessionable. Like again, and you should never drink and drive. So we're not saying that. Sushi, hi, good to see you.
Hello, Sushi.
So we're never saying that, but like I said, in theory here in the U.S., 5% or less is sessionable. Like, I can have a few of these and relax and whatever else.
Over a whole day of drinking session,
especially have a bunch of these things. 7% is a little bit more up there. That's your standard, pretty much. Like, hey, I'm gonna have an IPA. I'm gonna have something else that's a little bit more. For us over here, the close to cab home territory, depending on how many you're having, like that. For me, that's where it's like you're having a bunch of things that are 10, 11, 12%. But again, everybody's different.
or
But
even
like I said,
8.5 to
7 or 8% to me
yeah.
is like it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, once it gets over
Yeah.
that's when I start going like, oh, this one's 10%.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of make that kind of noise.
The 7% was a surprise to both
but just
of us
because of this style.
because of the style,
Yeah.
which is Berliner Weiss, which is
Normally
a
2 to
tartar,
4%.
yeah, wheat, kind of wheat ale. So I'm not exactly sure. I guess why it would have been so.
Yeah, technically this should be called an Imperial Berliner Weiss, which then can be like 6.
Yeah, because we've had Imperial Berliner Weisses that were like 6.5.
Yeah, and it's funny to see that. Well, like that that cherry limeade one that we've had from I can't think of it. They do the Boss Pour and they do the right.
Yes, not Virgin, but
Abnormal beer
That's
company.
right.
Like I said, so we've had stuff from them that's kind of like that. Arizona need to look into fixing their A's. Oh my God, Arizona is so hot right now. It's crazy. We're fingers crossed. They're supposed to fix. Like I said, we've had a little bit of AC in the house has been on the fritz for about a month or so now, and it's been having to reset sometimes early in the morning to get it to keep going as we've been waiting for this part to get in. So thankfully that is happening tomorrow. So slightly later start to stream tomorrow, but yeah, no, like
we're at 108 right now.
Are we? Yeah. What do you got, Sushi? You're more north of us. What do you got going on there? What do you got? What do you got? What are you selling? What are you buying? But yeah, like I said, no, thankfully it's being taken care of. Like I said, it'd be another bill, but I'd rather have my air conditioning.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I had to fix a few. 112.
Oof. My God.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You had to fix what?
I had some. So I with Oro Valley Water, I have to get these alerts if you use over so much water.
Oh,
which is kind of nice because, as in this case, it alerted me to a problem because sometimes it's just I was filling the pool or
right.
We took a lot of showers and did a lot of laundry. All these things. Maybe the drip system ran, but all of a sudden, a couple of days in a row, I got these notices that we were. Using more water than I thought we should have, and so
like, hey, settle down.
After one of them, I was at work, so Pocket went out and she walked around and she's like, "Oh, yeah, I see it." So I had to repair a couple of drip system holes. So, but that was kind of nice. They're all ready to go. So
that's nice. Yeah, drip depending on what it is, like sometimes it's not too bad.
Just
I haven't had to do that too much because most of our stuff isn't even on drip. It just lives. It just keeps living. It keeps living. Yeah. How is, like I said, I know you've been doing stuff with your pool a little bit too. Everything is still in ship shape?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's ready.
Did you wind up seeing your guy? Did you ask him about it? Like, hey.
No, I didn't because where was, I have to get new tires for the car. And so they had ordered, I'm getting them through. Usually I do discount, but.
I've always done it.
Yeah, that's where I've gone there since I was a wee lad. But I don't know. I got better prices, and I thought I would try Costco this time and see. Oh, it's not as convenient. There's a lot of discount tires around town, and it's easy to go to.
Do you actually have to go to Costco?
Yeah, you have to go there. But with the prices in it, I thought, well, we'll give it a try this time. So
give it a what?
Give it a shot.
There we go. Nice. I was gonna say.
And so I had an appointment scheduled. They were supposed to get my tires, and they didn't show up. But I had an appointment scheduled that morning, so I was away. And I was also buying irrigation materials.
Oh, okay. I was
irrigation repair materials.
Love discount tires. Yes, I do too. That's what we've used for forever. Bella Scott, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How's your Friday going? I recall a documentary a hole ago, about an architect that had spent most of his life experimenting with different house designs in California. He used recycled components and built the houses semi-subterranean. As a result, the houses, despite being in areas with temperatures similar to yours, remained a cool 22 degrees. I'm assuming you mean Celsius in the summer. That is nuts. Be interested to see how Costco tires. Yeah, I'm interested in that too. Like I said, because that's obviously in probably about a year, I'll probably need to get tires.
The warranty goes a little bit longer. It's essentially the same stuff, but then like with discount tire, which I've used them since I was 18 years old.
And this wasn't because you had a problem with them.
No, not necessarily. The customer service I felt wasn't. The last couple times we've been in there had slipped a little bit, but it wasn't like necessarily bad. But then when I was looking at the tires they had to offer versus what Costco, and I actually even looked at the Volvo dealership just to see what they were offering. But
You could have got one tire for what the.
Yeah. Actually, their prices were okay, but their
that's not
warranty wasn't as good. Anyway, we just decided to do this, and then they actually fill their tires with nitrogen. No, nitrogen.
Yeah.
Nitrogen. Yeah.
That's what they used to helium. No,
yeah, with helium, your car floats.
They did it when we first had our Kia Soul. They actually filled them when we would go down there, because that was why I kept going down there. They would fill them, because then supposedly as it gets colder and hotter, then the tires don't expand and contract. So it's like your tire pressure is more.
Yeah.
Which I like. I think that's kind of neat.
And you say you can. I guess they have you can go there and fill up as you need, and you can still use air as well. They're just saying that's what they use. So I thought, well, that's kind of cool.
That is kind of neat.
The warranty seemed a little bit better. So I'm a little hesitant because I don't think the accessibility factor is there, but we'll see. So, but anyways, now I'll be getting those installed tomorrow afternoon. So.
I didn't know what 22 Celsius was. So 71, basically 72 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be absolutely. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff you can do to keep things better. Now, that person that you're talking about, did he build all of his houses right on the beach? Because then I think it's all got to be thrown out. No, I'm just kidding. They were all right on the coastline, and he kept it a nice 71 degrees. Oh, did he? I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, I will be interested to see how that goes for you, or if something comes up, or Too bad they don't have like other almost like satellite locations that they work with, because because obviously if you have something, you've got to come probably all the way over to the other, like one by us.
Yeah, that's over here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably like a little bit, but no. So
More to follow.
But pricing though is cheaper.
Well, I didn't get the same tires, so I wasn't necessarily comparing.
Gotcha.
Apples to apples per se, but
well, I hope not, because they're tires.
Yes. So.
I remember him having 2 locations out in Vegas and up in Death Valley in that general area. I'll see if I can find that out. Yeah, I would be interested in that, to see what he was doing. Like I'm always curious about that kind of stuff and what you can incorporate into like either a home that's already built, or just like, something you can do yourself. Like sometimes you see the little things where it's like, oh, it's, how people out here, they coat their roofs and they do, there's all those little things where it's like they can add up, like, and make a huge difference. I remember the big thing for a while, it was when I was like a lot younger for some reason, maybe even in high school, like watching documentaries about like people like almost making like mud dwelling kind of thing, like, and that kept things like cooler and stuff, because it was like really thick walls, and so that insulated then from
hay bales.
Yeah, it was like hay bales with burlap, right? And actually we got that even when we worked at Arbuckle. Like I remember we'd always used to give away the coffee bags and a lot of different things
for their
not only the zoo and everything else, but there used to be some people come in and they were making like and they would use that as the outer layer around like the hay bale, and they were and then that's what they would like stucco over, and so I'm not 100% sure how that worked. It was fascinating because of the insulation cooling was the use of old tires and glass bottles, which in theory, when you say those two things to me, sounds terribly reflective and hot as hell. Literally hot as Diablo hell right there. Like if you've got, I'm going to put these rubber tires and I got some glass over here. Where do I sit? You choose. Like, great. That sounds awful. But yeah, like that's like I said, that stuff is always fascinating, how it actually the science behind how all that stuff works. That was really good though. I like that one quite a bit.
Okay.
How much did you like it? Would you go find it again? You can't.
If it comes,
can't get it though.
I would buy it again.
You tease.
I'll let you know next time I see it.
All right. All right. So, actually, I think I hit, like I said, if everybody wants to know all the things we're having this evening. So we just had that, which actually is a good link to Trader Joe's. They actually had information on it. If you want to find something that you can't actually get, go check out that link. So the next thing that we were going to have, we should talk about a little bit, because there's a lot of crazy history with it, why we even have it.
Right. You want to get it first and then talk about it?
Well, it's right in there.
It's right there. Are we using the same glass?
No, we'll go get different. Okay. We'll go get different glasses. But no, like I said, we want to.
What kind of nibbles would I have with this beer? Pretzels. Snack wise, if that's what you're talking about, or if you're talking about a meal.
If you're talking nibbles, like yes, for me, like you could just use a nice little cheese charcuterie kind of platter. Like I definitely think the tartness of this, I would think I maybe wanted a little bit tartar, but like, so for the most part, I think the flavors in this would cut through a lot of like meats and cheeses and things, and you could, kind of accentuate that with some different jams and stuff. Cranberry Sprite is good, if I remember right. So yeah, that is what is going to be the actual first podcast of the evening. There's kind of a story around this. This is actually an original one. You cannot get this anymore.
Unless you want one of the last 3 cans.
What?
Two or three cans that my son has. Yes.
And apparently they go for a few pennies up on the eBay, shockingly. But we were offered one of these as kind of an experiment to like, will it hurt us when we drink it? One, is the flavor still okay? But this thing is 5 years old at least ish.
Yeah, we're thinking probably 2018. 18 is when it was purchased.
So this is the Sprite Cranberry that LeBron James advertised. Like I said, it was around a lot longer than that.
Right, 2013 it started.
Yeah, it was like a holiday flavor that they did.
Yep.
But the reason it became so big and became such a thing was like, in like 2018, all of a sudden they did this claymation kind of commercial with T-Pain and LeBron James bursting through a door and asking if you wanted a cranberry.
Sprite.
Yeah, asking you a Sprite Cranberry. Yep. And memes were made. All these things were and people actually really liked the flavor. And then they changed the formula. And so you can get this Sprite Winter Cranberry or something now, but it's not the same. It's not the same thing. This is this is the LeBron James like edition. Exactly. Yeah. That's the best I can put it. We've got the video here. I'm going to bring that up because I thought about playing this during the podcast and I was like, there might be some weird copyright thing where then like we wouldn't be able to like monetize the video. So that's why I'm not playing it during that, but we will talk about it. But I wanted you guys to see it here.
This is the content you get when you're here.
Exactly.
Watching the live show on Thursday.
Let's see. I think it's this. There we go. All right. So if you guys, let's see, do I have this? I have it up loud. It seemed to be a little on the quiet side, so I apologize for that. But this is a video. This is from 2018. LeBron James Sprite Cranberry commercial. T-Pain mixing it up on the ones and twos there, and then like I said, LeBron James bursting through the door. So let's give this a watch, and then we'll grab the beverage here in a second, and we'll do a podcast on. I'm like so interested in this. It's like so funny. It's super quiet. Sorry, this is as loud as it. Oh, it gets louder a little bit. It's the thirstiest time of the year. I have just one query. Want a Sprite Cranberry? The answer is clear. It's the thirstiest time of the year. Sprite, let's go. And apparently,
he says I have just one query.
Apparently still clear as well, which is also mildly frightening. On top of that, hold on, I gotta put this back. I cranked that up as much as I could, so hopefully that was.
If not, you can go find it.
Yeah,
on the YouTube.
You can go find it. Yeah, I can actually even put the link in chat if you guys really want to hear it again. You can go watch it yourself. I'll actually put it in chat. But anyway, memes were born. Like I said, you can look up all the funny memes. There are memes with LeBron James's head on stuff from Red Dead Redemption 2, handing you a Sprite, asking him not to break into your house. Like all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I had kind of remembered that commercial. I showed it to you and you're like, oh, I do remember this now.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
So there was that. Like I said, we talked about the memes a little bit. And then, the history of it's something that's been around since 2013. And then it was in 2019, it got rebranded and reformulated to Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry. Finally, there's the actual wording behind that. So this thing is at least 5 years old.
Yeah, pretty, like
because 2018
I was
to 2023.
Debriefed with my by my son a little earlier today. I said, okay, I'm probably gonna
had nothing to do with the Sprite Cranberry.
Yeah. No, what? So he said whatever a 12-pack would have cost. He back then he can't remember,
right,
but
about $2.
But that's what he paid.
Right, $2.
So he's probably had it since 2017, 2018. He wasn't sure 100%, but
5-year-old soda. Yeah, I don't know if people that are buying it on eBay are actually drinking it, or if they're just buying it because
he did sell one recently.
Thing. Yeah, and how much? May I ask how much he sold it for?
I believe it was $20.
He sold one for $20.
Yeah,
so he's already made his money back. He's an entrepreneur. Always amazing.
So if this intrigues you, there are a couple of precious ones left, and they are
you really want
and they are for sale. So
oh my god! And we only get like
taking money out of my son's pocket.
We only get like 10% of the profits. Yeah, exactly. He offered.
That's
he
right.
literally tackled me with the idea. So I was like, yeah, if you want to give us one, I'll take it. And then he was like, oh, I thought you'd buy it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to buy a 5-year-old soda. He's like, all right, just take it then.
Take it.
Alternatively, Sprite and cranberry juice. Ta-da! Yeah, that's probably going to be the better option for most people. Make your own, create your own. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go grab basically glassware. We don't really need too much of anything else. And when we come back, we will do our first podcast of the evening. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll be right back.
See you in a few. A lot of concern about us drinking 5-year-old soda.
There is a lot of concern about that, but we're gonna, we're professionals. We take ones, take them for the team sometimes.
That's all I have.
Stoney, how's it going? Good to see you.
That's all I have at the house is 5-year-old soda. the cans keep. I had to actually throw away more cans. That I finally got smart with my soda storage, and I have old sheet pans.
I have never heard of anyone keeping soda for so long that it actually started to leak.
Yes, I've had to do that. I've had to be prepared.
Why do you buy much soda?
Well, because I always think more people are going to drink soda than they do at the
I
parties.
usually have a can of soda
and
or
then,
something like
and
that.
then it just, all of a sudden it just,
because
is
you don't
there.
really drink soda.
No, not much.
Like if you had Dr. Pepper
I do,
around,
it's
you
nice
probably
and ice cold, and we have the party. Then I usually wind up drinking more soda than I should. But I do.
That's
I do in
called
that
Dr. Pepper.
situation. That's Dr. Pepper or
I can't wait for
or
this.
the physicist.
Yeah. Or the physicist. That's true. Also another option. Yeah, those physicists were delicious. Man, that cream soda one, that hit the spot. I was like, well, if you put it in the container, I'm taking this. If you put it in here.
Yeah, those are gone.
Yeah, so how many do you lose? Is it like all of a sudden, like 4 of them are dead? Like what happened?
So when we stocked for the party a couple weeks ago, because I got smart. Years ago, I would just have soda sitting there, and then all of a sudden, whatever they were sitting on, if it was the floor, the tile floor, or in the cabinet, that surface would become sometimes unfixable and uncleanable.
Gotcha.
So it's a one good use for an old sheet pan that's become too gross. So I had cleaned both of them off actually because they had leaked, and then because I have 2 pans with old sodas, and then everything was nice and clean, and then after the party, put everything back away, and then all of a sudden, last week I was like, oh my God, there's another one that sprung a leak. But at least the sheet pan.
Where does it leak from? The bottom?
It just like slowly leaks. I couldn't even tell you. All of a sudden it's just.
You've had it happen so many times. I would hope you could tell me.
No, but at least this one, it hadn't gotten syrupy thick. It was still liquidy. So, but then as we were pulling them out, all of a sudden it was actually the vanilla Coke.
Oh.
That was the culprit. So I had to get rid of those.
My brother, the only man who keeps soda so long it leaks. My God. Hey, hello, Bevy times 2. I just got here. Did you miss me? Of course, Baker. We were like, we actually almost for a little while we weren't even talking. We were just sitting here like, well,
sat here. Okay,
waiting for Baker to show up. Shh, gonna get here. Key. All right, we're gonna do a podcast. This is one that is 5 years in the making. We have done a podcast on beer before where we kind of waited it out with some IPAs for about 5 months.
Yeah, that was a long time. This is the year for that.
Yeah, we decided to basically, what did that be? Like 10 times that amount, 11 times, whatever that amount would be, turn it into years. I can't do the math. It's too much. But yeah, we've it's over the top. I was afraid of that. I knew it. I had a feeling you would be afraid of that. But yeah, all right. Let's make this all official. Let's turn off some things. Turn that off too. Okay, we're gonna turn off all that stuff.
Don't fire.
Need to get Robert Logeret. Don't do it.
Right now.
You're not gonna get it. I've turned it off. If anything, maybe audio comes through. I honestly don't know. If you want to try it to see what happens, but I don't think it'll happen because I've turned out. Like I had something one time where I think the audio came through, but not the video. When I turn off the little channel point redemption thing, you can do it after we do the podcast, Sushi. Everyone can have some fun after the podcast. It just think of me and my editing. It just makes it so much easier. I had that happen. Which one was it? Someone was it? Was it Guardian Down last week or something like that? Like right as we had kind of started doing something like for the second half of our tasting, all of a sudden it like popped up when I was editing. I was like trying to figure out how to like piece that together. Don't be mean to me. But yeah, so we were going to do a pod. Do you want to maybe start this one out since you were kind of the impetus of all, or at least your son is the one bringing this to the table in a way. Do you have something you want to start it out with, or do you want me to just go into my usual shenanigans?
Whatever happens organically, naturally.
Okay.
Because
the only thing that's happened organically was happened 5 years ago.
Yeah,
so something might be happening organically in there in addition to the soda. We don't know.
Actually, my son had actually asked me if we'd ever done a soda or a podcast. And I said, well, yes, we have done sodas for podcasts.
We have. You can find a lot of those at AboutBeverages.com for
yes,
sure.
You can. And the reason he asked me is because he wanted to offer me us a soda to try.
That's very kind. Yeah. Is it another Sprecher soda, something nice and fresh and delicious?
Fresh and full of sugar and no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's been aged to perfection.
Aged,
it's vintage.
So is it meant to be aged, or is there an extra story behind this we should talk about?
Of course, there's a story behind it.
Okay,
there's always a story.
There's going to be a story with the soda that we have for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today, which has taken several years to get to the table, is the Sprite-ish. The Sprite Cranberry.
Yeah. Sprite Cranberry. This is not the Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry. This is actually the OG LeBron James, if you happen to remember that commercial that we watched. If you're watching us here live on Twitch at some point on our Thursday night show, we showed that off so people could actually see it. This is literally a flavor that they initially started in early when was it?
2013, I believe.
2013.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was around for a little bit, and then they went big time. And
2018, they brought out LeBron James, brought the big guns, T-Pain, mixing it up there, and like some memes were born out of this soda commercial, and then they literally changed the recipe, changed everything, and then there was backlash. People haven't been happy, so we're very lucky to actually have one of the OG ones here. I don't know how this is going to taste. It's been kept mildly in good, like at least in a building. Has it been in a hot car for 5 years?
No, it hasn't been kept in a hot car. It's been kept in the house, and then I refrigerated it as of last night. But my son had the foresight to buy a 12-pack of this.
Okay.
Probably close to 5 years ago.
Okay, and he's been selling these apparently on eBay. They actually
sold. Yes,
they actually go for $20 or more. Or
about $20.
I don't know if the people are drinking them. So if they are not drinking them, they can hopefully maybe watch this podcast and see if it's actually worthwhile that they want to do it, or they can just know what it tastes like. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to go reach into our beverage fridge and we're going to get out the 5-year-old soda.
The soda.
Non-alcoholic. What the hell is this? I know you're late. It's fine, Guardian Down. We're so early. We're like ridiculously early. We'll be lurking and listening as I apply for jobs. Stony, thinking good thoughts. What would have been really funny is if we would have had like dust on here. I can just like a layer. Or if we could have had something that looked like it was growing on the outside. We're like, should we be drinking this? Now, the surprising thing I thought when I saw the video that we watched was that when they poured it, it still was clear. Like in my head, this should be a color.
You would think so. Yeah.
And so I am going to be frightened if it actually is a color we pour it.
I guess. I didn't realize it wasn't. So
there could be trouble.
From what you're telling me, though, it should be clear. So
yeah.
To be clear. It should be clear.
Still carbonated.
That's a good sign.
It's a good start.
Well, I mean, it's basically sugar and water. It's sugar water. So what?
That's my college name.
Yeah. Look at good fizz.
Looks clear. Yeah, good fizz. Looks very clear.
Looks like a soda. And this had a Best Buy 2019, I think, somewhere in there.
So it's even 4 years past that.
But like we were saying, I'm used to drinking old sodas, so hey, this is nothing new to me.
That's true. Actually, then impressive that their can is so well structured that it did not open up.
Because we have had some that do begin to leak. Not this one though.
Not this one though. No,
high quality.
We're not going to talk about
H2O.
We're skipping over the color here though, because there's no need to talk about that. Other than it's weird that it's not at least a little pinkish hue.
Right. Especially it's supposed to be for the holidays.
Right.
Yeah.
To the aroma.
Yeah.
Are we still on the Sprite? Cultist? Yeah, we just kind of started it. We've not tasted yet. We're just smelling. I thought Loose Goose was your college name. I mean, I had many names.
Boom.
Depends on what area of town I was in. Hello? How's your father? Never seen soda sniffing? I know, usually you don't, but this is...
And you're savoring every moment.
I am. I mean,
I think I've gotten all I can get out of it.
It's the most expensive soda I've ever had. I mean, cranberry isn't strictly speaking a holiday drink. I'd happily drink that all year. Well, maybe not Sprite carbonated water. Yeah, cranberry is not specifically for some reason.
No,
I think
it's true.
I think when you think about, at least for us, Thanksgiving, Christmas, some of those holidays, it's like cranberry sauce, like fits into. So I think
cranberry juice,
cranberry juice,
good.
But yeah, that's
year round.
That's definitely something I drink year round as well.
Of course.
Though. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Sprite and a little fruit.
Yeah, I get Sprite. I do get what I would call dust. or something.
Dust.
There's something that's like, it smells like a little like musty or something in there. There's some sort of off with that sweet. I don't really get any fruit per se.
Okay.
Because I was like, this smells just
something.
mostly like Sprite, so that's lime, I guess. So I guess I don't know if I get anything that really smells of cranberry. Although cranberry's a little aromatic, but not like overly so. Usually that's more in the taste.
Yep. So let's find out.
I'm like, cranberry flavored milk. Oh, we should have thought ahead. We could have done all these things. Sprite cranberry milk.
Skilk.
That sounds dirty. Yeah, you don't think it's, there's something that almost makes me cough. like the aroma. Yeah, Dusty. I'm Dusty Bottoms.
I'm Lucky Day.
I'm Ned Niederlander.
Ned Niederlander. Like Crystal Pepsi.
Maybe it did have color originally, just saying. It could
Not
have.
in the commercials, though.
In the commercial, it didn't either. I actually would have been funnier if it went the other way. It can't be healthy to drink 5-year-old soda. That's all right. We will cleanse out these demons with a whiskey in a minute.
Yeah.
So we'll right this ship.
Can't really be healthy to drink much of any kind of soda. Overall.
That's just
Not
true.
good stuff.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Barrel aged for 5. Can aged.
Yeah,
Can conditioned
Can
Sprite.
condition. There you go. I do get like a little bit of cranberry in there. There's a little hint of that.
Yeah.
It's Sprite lemon lime.
Yeah.
It maybe tastes not quite as effervescent and because it seems like the carbonation's even already kind of died down like a little
It's
quick here
it's
a little
gone,
bit.
But
It's not forgotten, but it has gone a little bit.
Yes.
So there is some flavor there. It definitely tastes a little muted, but it's not bad.
No, it's fine.
kind of shocked a little bit.
It's drinkable, and as long as we're still here, in 20 minutes, you'll know
Yeah,
that.
exactly. If you're watching us on the live show, you can find out if we made it through.
If we made it.
Although if this podcast, when it does get posted to YouTube, also, if you see it posted, probably we made it.
Then we made
Those
it.
are also
Yes.
decent signs.
So
But yeah,
if you have bought one of these, and like I said, there are a few left that, I don't know who else is, maybe someone else in the world has some and is selling them, but we have a source. So.
We have a source if you really want to just be able to put one of these on your shelf at some point. But
That's
yeah,
right.
flavor is totally fine. I don't know why anyone would open up to drink it because probably the value is just in having the can, like as the humor to it, I suppose.
Right.
But I appreciate we got to try this though. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Yes,
That
thanks
was-
to my son for that.
That was definitely
awesome.
that was very, very cool. And again, also the question we came up at the beginning, like I said, have you had any other sodas? You do that's just alcohol on the podcast? No, we do lots of different waters, sodas, smoothies. We do a lot of alcohol though too, beer, wine, scotch, all that kind of stuff. You can find that all on our website at AboutBeverages.com. If you want only the latest videos and things that we have done, hence latest recently, you can go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button there, and check out everything that we have to offer. And then obviously, if you've got video content, you probably don't want to always see us, so you can also just do audio things too, which is completely fine. However you want to watch and consume our stuff, we're
yes.
100% happy. You can find us on Google Podcast, Spotify, iTunes. If you have a favorite podcasting app, just search for About Beverages. We will probably be there. And if we're not there yet, we'll try and get there. Let us know like where we should
We're on our way.
where we should go. And speaking of other places that you can go to consume more of our stuff, there's probably some social media type stuff, right?
Well, 3.
Yeah, at least 3 as of right now.
The 3
Who knows-
pillars of
who knows
social
what
media
may
for
switch
right
out at
now.
some-
Who knows?
We actually had something switch out a long time ago. Remember, we used to mention Facebook, and then we switched
true.
to TikTok.
That's right.
As one of the
That was one of the
3
three
for
pillars.
us.
Yeah.
So like I said, but yeah, it could switch at some point. But as of right now,
The 3 for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which currently is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific. That started a little bit earlier today, but that's just, that's why we say most.
all right, and that's why we want you to follow us on those other places, like look
keep
at
you
Twitter.
up to date.
Yeah,
That's
everything
right.
else.
It might be a better time because you're in a different time zone, and hey, you don't have to stay up as late to see us live. But those Thursday evenings are when we get together and try different beverages, hang out with everybody who joins us in chat, and just have some fun. And then also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world, what he'll be drinking while he is doing that particular game. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether you like it or not.
You should give it a vintage shot.
And that is a podcast. Taste the craftiness of aged corn syrup, boys.
Yes.
It's so old the carbonation never left, but the liquid evaporates. You crack it open, and it's just carbonated air. It's like from Spaceballs. Wasn't that what it was? Where they opened that up, and it was like they would like sniff the air can because it was like the air was so bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen live on most Thursdays. Hive.
Right.
Hive is also another option. Having a gin and tonic, it's much better than not bad. Ooh, what kind of gin do you having with your gin and tonic? That sounds super delicious.
I had that club soda left over from last week, and I had myself a couple of Amaro spritzes.
Oh, nice. How did that go for you?
I like it. I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. So
This is going to be worse than that time I was stuck behind Robert Lozier at the airport.
May I have your name, please?
Robert Lozier.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Lozier. R as in Robert Lozier. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Lozier. B as in, by God, that's Robert Lozier. E as in, everybody loves Robert Lozier. R as in Robert Lozier. T as in Tim. Look over there.
Tim, look over there. It's Robert.
Space.
Space.
L
Nice
as in,
sushi.
look, it's Robert Lozier.
That should be the new thing in chat. Whenever that plays, everyone has to write the word space. Everyone in chat has to write space. That would be a pretty funny meme, actually. And there you go, right there. Yeah, that was interesting. It was I wasn't sure if it was just going to taste like it was more mid and like flavorful than I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought it was going to be more like I don't taste anything. The front half of my tongue gets a little bit of love. That's true, Guardian Down.
mid. Did you know that that's a term now?
Not saying because you'll give me a hard time. Oh no, what is it? Baker, come on. What are you doing?
Oh,
I don't even want to know.
Oh.
Gross.
Wow. Fitz was asking if we had tried the Sotal.
Oh, you were saying
So I
about
told him
that.
we will. Maybe when you guys are over Saturday, maybe we'll
Oh,
give it a little
nice.
taste.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Beef eaters.
Beef eaters.
Oh my God. Like there was nothing else available at the store. That's probably fine for a gin and tonic. I don't know.
Beefy-aters. Yeah, your Trader Joe's favorite is out of stock right now, so I don't have it. The Rear Admiral.
The Rear Admiral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your favorite Rear Admiral.
Beef eater. That was his college name. There you go. Exactly. That
We
was
haven't
my
been able.
college.
Oh, I saw the Empress is on sale at Costco. They
Yeah,
had
it's
that
a
big
bigger bottle
bottle
too,
marked
45 or,
down.
40, or was it on sale
Yeah,
from
it
that?
was, yeah, lower than that.
Usually it's like 44 there or something like that.
38, I think, something like that. But I'll take a look for that bourbon again. I'll see if that's out there.
I know
I'll
you
be
always
out
say
there.
like I already have a bourbon, but for 18, like that one was really good,
Yeah.
and like that would honestly be something good to podcast on too.
Yeah. He'll be back, but your supplements are available.
How is that an option? You're going to get that one refunded.
Wow.
There is no way. There is no way that is like that someone is going to accept that sub. Guardian Down, thank you for the gifted sub to Rear Admiral Futbucker. How's that on there? Did you just start typing and then that was the funniest one that just popped up? There is no way. Yeah, everyone in chat's dead. Like, okay. Rear Admiral Futbucker. Bingo. I've done that before when I'm trying to look for something funny and like I don't find it and I don't have near the amazing luck that you do. I think you have a talent all your own when it comes to finding those for chat. But thank you for the gifted sub. Yeah. I think we'll just need to hit out that poison with another poison.
We'll chase it
With another poison. So we're going to have a bourbon to finish out the show. We're going to kind of try and do, at least for you, a little bit of a bourbon redemption of some sort.
Oh, yeah, because I've only had the one.
You had the one. I kind of talked them up a little bit when we got it. I was like, yeah, their stuff's always been really good. As I said, for me, everything I've had from them has either been very good or it's been great. And then we had that one, and that one was a little less than good. It was good, but it wasn't like as awe-inspiring as like maybe I had built up a little bit. Also, like, for the first one, that was probably a little bit, even for me, like I was like, oh, this one's still good, but I was like, I've had other ones that are so much better, and I was kind of sad for you that was your first foray into this. Like I said, the company is called Barrel, and all they do is they source, they buy in other. They do everything cask strength, so everything in here is going to be higher proof. It's going to be 115, 120. This one's 116, 115. They do everything higher proof. They source in their whiskey. They do very interesting blends. They do different finishes. So they normally something that is frowned upon is not the right word, but it's usually not something that's like, not near as interesting when it comes to the whiskey world. But they have created such a niche and have done it so well that they win awards left and right. They are like kind of thought of as I guess 2 of the 3 owners were originally winemakers and came from wine. So that's kind of how they look at whiskey when they make these different expressions like this Vantage. You can still find it, I think, at Total Wine. I've seen it at Costco a little bit, but once it's gone, it's gone. They're not going to make another one of this. They may do something similar, but they'll do a different blend. So it's kind of like almost like crop rotations and varietals. So that's why, if you see one you like, it's almost like go back and get another one if you want to have another one, because it's just going to go. It's not like Knob Creek, whatever 9-year where it's like, oh, whenever I go down, I can get that one. It's not that. So that's also kind of interesting about their stuff as well.
I think the thing for me with the Barrel also that was just a letdown is it's because we had picked for our special one for our podcast. So had we just done it normally without any of those other expectations and having followed 4 things
that we kind of knocked out. We kind of knocked out of the park.
That's why it was just a little bit of a letdown for me on that one. But 4 out of 5, do we have Joe has that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe I compare, and it was funny. I even when I talked with Fitz about the Amaro, he and somebody had said, "Oh, did you compare?" Oh no, it was actually my boss said he tried the Amaro, the 2 Amaros side by side, Campari and the Pronto.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I know I didn't realize it till after I got here last week. I should have brought that just for the heck of it.
Well, and you have both of those. Did you try both of them yourself?
I did not try both of them myself, no.
You have these things at your house.
I know. I just wanted to enjoy the other, but yes, I do have them both at the house.
So I don't know if this one actually, and the thing is too, like sometimes they will talk about so we'll have to look at the back of the bottle. I'm kind of skimming their website here. Their website is one of the things I do really like about them. Usually we talk kind of negatively when we're like, oh, they just can't find the information.
Right.
They have, no matter which one they've done, when you search for it, they've got full information. Tasting notes that are probably a little over the top, that probably only the highest skilled taster would ever actually find, but that's great. I'd rather have more than less. But information about the blending and all of the process and everything for each one of their, like I said, you can find all that stuff on their website, which is super cool. But yeah, this one was Whiskey Advocate. This is one of their top 20 whiskeys of last year. Obviously, Cigar and Spirits gold medal, double gold medal at the John Barleycorn Awards. Isn't that the name of an album?
That's
John Barleycorn Must Die.
Isn't that? Yeah, that's a Spencer Davis Group or Traffic or
something
Traffic,
like. I think it is Traffic. I think you're right. I was looking for an age statement here, which I think most of the stuff is usually at least 4 to 6 years in age. Like I said, we'll have to look at the back of the bottle to see if it says there. But I came across this video today, and they were talking about something to try. I don't know if it was I don't know if it's one of those. This is the proper way to do it, or if it's like something to try. That when you have a whiskey, like I said, once you pour it, you let it sit in the glass 1 minute for every year that it's been aged in oak. That it's been aged.
Okay.
So if it's like, so he had a Knob Creek that he was just kind of going, he's like, so this is, he said brand new, he said, this is specific to a brand new bottle. Okay. So he opened up the bottle, poured in what he was going to have. And like I said, our Glencairn glasses. And he's like, all right, this is 9 year. I'm gonna let this sit 9 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then once it had sat, probably to let it kind of aerate out. It's like, then you can smell it. And then when you actually go to taste it, you don't swallow until it's sat in your mouth for 1 second. For each of those years. Okay. So like I said, if you've got, so like again, 9 seconds kind of, so you really kind of keep swirling that around and then take the drink and then take a nice deep breath. So if we want, we can try something.
I think we should try that.
Just kind of see what that is. Like I said, hopefully
thank God it's not like 100 years or something like that.
I don't know. Well, when he said the first part and then he's like, and then you hold it in your mouth, it's like 9 minutes. I'm not holding this whiskey in my mouth for 9 minutes. And I was like, okay, 1 second. That's better.
Okay.
But yeah, so we could go get that. We could kind of preemptively pour it.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of do the first part of the podcast and then kind of get things going just to kind of test that. Just trying to see if it says here. 3 distinct expressions.
Afternoon, everybody.
Hey,
What's the story, Noam? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Did that actually just pop back up? Guarding down with the 22-month resubscribe, the tier 3. resubscribe. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Guardian Down. I followed for the green screen, stayed for logo, still waiting for the return of the goatee. I mean, that might come up as a redemption at some point. Fell in love with Destiny gameplay, hung out, lurked, memed with emotes, and gifted subs. Keith is pretty cool too. Tonight I'm calling it deactivating my account. Gotcha. I ain't going anywhere, bitch. Guardian Down, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Been waiting since Monday to do it. So that's how much, like I said, you were respected in the community. Look at that. He literally held his sub just to do it right now.
All right. Well,
that is super nice,
thanks,
Guardian Down. Thank you so much. I
Yes.
appreciate it. Each point was managed in this process. Download Shelf Talker. That's the tasting notes. Best of the best. These are all the accolades that they are happy to put on their page, which is a ridiculous amount. Let's see what the Shelf Talker looks like. Look at this. They even have Shelf Talk. Like, how nice is this? You guys should start getting barrel at Trader Joe's. That's just that stuff. Yeah, I don't see the other. Distilled in Indiana, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Crafted and bottled in Kentucky. Oh, it doesn't say there. Well, hopefully, like I said, maybe it says on the bottle, but I think it's usually at least like 4. I bet it's probably more like 6 years. Hate it when I can't find that stuff. All right. Let's take a quick break. Let's go grab our glasses, grab the whiskey, and then, we'll let it sit in the glass for a minute as we chat a little
barrel
more.
bourbon and bourbon barrel, then time.
Yeah, all of those things.
All of those
right,
things.
Be right back.
There they are.
Hello there. Thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate it. Here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we started. Did I leave the hot plate on?
No, it was the, hello there. Oh, wait.
Yeah. All right. We have, like I said, again, we haven't actually started the podcast, but we went ahead and did what I was just talking about. We have poured a little bit into the glass. I looked at the bottle here. It does not actually give an age statement on here. The best I could find is in a review. Someone mentioned age is, like I said, since it is a blend of 3 different bourbons together that are in 3 different types of oak, it said age range was 5 to 8 years. So we're just going to wait a couple more minutes here as we chat. We can even start the pod. Like I said, my wife has entered the home. That my dogs are always very excited to see her. So we'll, in case that is any background noise, we'll wait that out for a moment. Actually, I should let
I think
her
I heard
know
something.
I just heard a door slam. I hope that wasn't the dogs going outside.
They can do that now.
They can. Dogs are amazing. Sounding sultry. Are you? Wind in the willows.
Sibilance.
Sibilance. Winds in the east. What lies in store?
So, while we're waiting just a couple of minutes,
yeah.
Where I go to get my physical therapy for my hip is also, it's a gym.
Oh.
And so there's different music that plays in there from time to time, but I will hear like some really hard, like speed thrash kind of metal.
Sure.
I heard yesterday there was some System of a Down on. And,
nice.
I don't know who, and I think I heard some Rage Against the Machine. I don't know who it was that was singing it, but I'm doing these exercises, and all of a sudden I was like, I know this song, and I stopped and I just started laughing because it was "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion.
But it was not Celine Dion.
But it was not Celine Dion. I mean, oh my God, it was
okay. Now I have to look this up. My
hilarious.
heart will go on.
It wasn't the
cover.
hardest thrashy one I've
James
heard.
Horner, Dragon Force.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't recognize any of these songs. Celine Dion, my heart will go on cover.
It was definitely
Corvix. Hey, Kaya, how's it going? Good to see you. Random questions. By mail? Is that what you said?
Yeah, or metal.
Probably
maybe?
by this, maybe. That looks pretty flashy.
Could be.
Okay.
I don't know, but it was interesting.
We'll check that out after the
It's just-
podcast.
That's funny. I started laughing. So.
Too funny. All right. Well, yeah, we can. Let's go ahead and do the podcast. By the time we're ready and chatting, it'll have sat in our glasses for a little bit. I'm gonna turn off a few things again, and we will get this rolling. Just got done with some Fortnite squads. I might hop on Destiny soonish. Nice, Gaia. How'd the Fortnites go? How do we want to start this one? What was I thinking?
Redemption.
Yeah.
Comes in many forms. Oh, wow. Sorry.
God. And in a win, so I feel good. Nice. That was supposed to say jerked, not lurked. Damn it. Oh, no. What did you do? Not lurk? Wait, which one? Hung out, jerked. That doesn't make sense. I don't know if either one of those do, but I appreciate the sentiment all the same.
Maybe it wasn't for us.
Maybe it was not.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm blurry. Okay, better. It's all right. The
Keith
Sybil Shepherd
Keith
screen
doesn't
is
like
good.
the filter. Sybil Shepherd
No,
filter a
the
little too
filter's
much
good.
there.
It's a little good.
A little too much. Don't mind me. High five. Yeah, I get
High five.
That works. You get the high five to the camera. High five. You finish. I don't know if redemption is the exact right word for what I feel we're trying to do here a little bit, but
Yeah.
this does need to kind of, I don't know. That's not how I was. Oh, Babs, watch Silo. What's Silo? High five. We sending all high fives to everybody. What's Silo? I never heard of that.
Used to be an electronics store.
Or maybe it's just out his window.
Electronics and appliance superstore.
So that's true. I forgot about that. That's true.
Not anymore.
Redemption comes in many forms.
Redemption.
Dead Redemption. Apple TV, it's about a society that's been living in a giant bunker. Oh, that kind of makes sense. Or is that just your fantasy? Living in a bunker. If only I could live in this bunker. I actually get to the right podcast there. I have had a lot of things from the whiskey manufacturer, maker, distiller we're about to have today. Unfortunately, the first thing that I brought to the table was when we did one of our thank you podcasts that we do at the end of the year, where we try and find something a little extra special, a little something over the top. We've done that for, was that the fifth year or sixth year?
The fifth year.
That was the fifth year. The first four that we'd had, we'd literally knocked it out of the park. We had done amazingly well. Some of them our own choices, some the help of others. This one was good, but unfortunately it had a lot to live up to.
Yes.
And it wound up kind of letting down a little bit. And I felt honestly a little bit bad.
Oh, you should.
I did. I felt it. I was like, this is the one where I was like, oh, they always do really good stuff. This is going to be great. And then it was like, it was good, but it wasn't as good as some of their other things. So I'm hoping, as long as you're willing to try, I don't want to force it. Do you mind trying a bourbon?
Not at all. Let's do that.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Like
Tonight?
I said, yeah.
Now?
Yeah,
Okay,
right
sure.
now.
Okay.
In fact, I've already actually poured it, which we'll talk about why
gosh.
that is in just a second here.
Okay.
We are going to bring back another version of a bourbon from this company for a little bit of a redemption for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Barrel Vantage Bourbon.
Correct. This is one that I have, like I said, we always like to be fully transparent. I have had this one before. I have never had my own bottle of it. I wound up buying one recently because it was still in stock. And I was like, this I think is be a good one to hopefully turn the page a little bit and have you at least be thinking of Barrel in a better light. Yeah. So that's kind of, I think, what we're going to, not that you were super negative to it, but you were not as happy as you could have been.
Well, and
Be honest.
I'm willing to put it in context because of all of the things it had to live up to.
Right.
Of all the other ones we had picked for that special podcast, that special beverage, it had some big shoes to fill, and it just it did not quite get there. It wasn't bad. It just, in that perspective, it's all about perspective.
Okay.
And in that perspective, it just didn't. It did fall short in that frame.
All right. Well, with this new perspective, the one we have today, like I said, the Barrel Vantage, this is a blend of 3 different bourbons that have been aged in different oak, like obviously new oak, Mizunara, French, and toasted American oak. So that is like already when I had seen that one the first time, I was like, ooh, that sounds really good.
Yep.
Do not have an age statement on this. It's like I said, what we looked at, found some reviews that said between 5 and 8 years because it is a blend. And everything Barrel does, they kind of source their whiskeys and then they do all these kind of unique finishings. All of them are always cask strength. This one is 116 proof, 115, 116 proof. So it's always a little bit more on that side, but you can always proof it down if you so choose. We will probably not be doing that, but like I said, you're more than welcome to. However you want to enjoy your whiskey, you enjoy your whiskey. But yeah, so this is a little bit more of a full strength, and I have liked many of things from them. So we're gonna get right into it. Why did we pour this right away? That is a great question. We were talking about this earlier.
We poured it because you had seen a video?
Correct.
Of somebody who recommended that for each year that it has aged, that you give it 1 minute of time in your glass.
Yes. If you're opening a brand new bottle, which we just did, I had not opened this. I don't think you probably need to do it's probably just to kind of like we always talk about when you open a bottle, we're always like, oh, you want to let it breathe almost a little bit. And we've talked about that for a while.
Right.
We didn't really have a time on how long you do it, but yeah. So we've had this one sitting here for a little bit longer than that now, so we can get into the aroma. Also, when we get to the taste, the other thing he suggested was that you, like I said, when you actually take your sip, you let it sit on your palate for 1 second for every year that it's been aged.
Thank God that wasn't minutes or hours.
Also very happy about that as well. Then that would have been a nightmare and a half. Or maybe delicious. I don't know.
Who knows?
The world may never know.
I didn't even drink any of it. It just evaporated in my mouth.
I was in there so long, I didn't even actually get to know the finish.
That's right.
But yeah, so we're just going to get right to it here. Nice color on that, though.
Yeah. It's about right in the middle there. I was going to say it's lighter, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's got a nice...
Right in the middle of a lot of the things we have had as of late.
The color of bourbon.
The color of bourbon, as we like to say. All right. To the aroma, the important parts now.
Let's get going.
Does the drink need to marinate a bit before it tastes good? So an actual, like if you're making a mixed drink, Kaya, I think like it actually is good for things to sit a little bit. Like, you know, as you've mixed them together, kind of let them just kind of maturate a little bit. If it's something like this, not really. If you're opening up a fresh, like we just talked about, a fresh bottle of whiskey or bourbon or something like that, you kind of want to let it breathe a little. I know it sounds silly, but
there can be sometimes just all the volatile stuff going on in
been
there.
Encased.
It can be a little potent going down on that first sip. So
listen, we agreed when I gave you the tour that we wouldn't discuss my FC Memorial Suite publicly. Oh God, is that what's in the bunker? Jeez, you shouldn't be saying that on the internet. Keep that to yourself, cultist. Hello? That's probably. At least I don't do that.
right.
We have a wall of just like. Just looks
that'd be a great art idea, though.
It actually would. Jackson Pollock whiskey.
That's 10 years of
10 years of meat pitch.
Throwing booze at the wall.
It turns
into
into
one glass.
Yeah. Well, my hand got slippery.
It just fell out.
It turns into like a Willy Wonka thing where you're just like, you lick the wall. You're like, look at that. That tastes like Woodford Reserve. That tastes like Knob Creek.
This is my favorite here.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Who ever heard of a schnozberry? You ready?
Yep.
All right. In the About Beverages Glencairn glass, no less, too.
Of course.
Probably hard for you to see, but you can order these.
It's there.
Can be ordered.
There we go.
Can be done. Link below.
It's very focused, but I get some I get some caramel, I get some oak, and I get some smoke.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The caramel to me almost kind of it's funny with every like kind of sniff, I get a little bit of something different.
Yeah,
but the majority I was getting was almost more like almost like a cream or like a creme brulee kind of thing, or like that toasted like you said, the caramel, but almost a little creamier vanilla in with that. Yeah. But yeah, the oak, little bit of hint of smoke. I wanted to get like a little bit of fruit in there because sometimes the Mizunara oak kind of brings that a little bit to the table, but I'm not quite getting that.
No, it's more either the sweet or the smoky wood.
Yeah,
but it's good. I like that.
But it's nice too that you can take, like I said, having it sit here for a little bit. Yeah. You can, sometimes the higher proof, you go to take a big deep sniff, and you're like, the vapors hit you.
The vapors.
But yeah, no. All right. Well, at least we're on a good foot at the moment.
We're a good start, and we're gonna 8 seconds?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay.
We'll try and do it. All right, let's go ahead. It was difficult not to swallow. Like I was kind of switching around. Then my brain said
it also got
spicier.
Spicier.
It did.
But I think that's where the fruit is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there is a little bit of that in there for sure.
Smoky. There's a smoky finish to it though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that. That's a good idea.
A little woody in there, like a little smokiness. Yeah, I'm still getting a little bit of the sweet, but yeah, there is a little bit of fruit in there too, which is really nice. Yeah, chug. there someone on like there? Apparently, there's a device like because people just can't use their keys anymore to do a beer. Like if you're gonna chug a beer or something like that, where you used to poke with your key and then open it up. You know that whole
the
bit.
pen.
Yeah, that you can actually like buy a device now that's for that and
For shotgunning the beer.
Yeah, for shotgunning a beer. I'm like,
in one quick deft
is this
motion.
a society we've gotten to?
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's somebody saw. You know what? I'm going to market.
See a
this.
need, fill a need. Apparently.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that movie? It was like robots. It was
No.
It was Ewan McGregor was one of the voice actors.
I remember when that came out. I remember seeing back like at Tucson Mall, seeing posters for that.
Yeah, my son really liked that. Like I said when I was young, there was some good songs in there too.
Was Greg Kinnear voicing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was kind of like the bad guy, and
Okay.
I think it was Ewan McGregor.
Huh.
I want to say maybe Robin Williams also.
Oh wow.
Maybe not. I can't remember, but there was some good songs in there.
That part we just used, will you be able to?
I think so.
I thought I was thinking so too.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of went with it.
Yeah.
Just to get
No,
that
we can
actual real response from the initial 8 seconds.
The aroma, I keep now when I keep going back to the aroma, I get almost a little more of the sweet too. Like there's almost like a little cream note in there too. Getting even more of that, and it almost is like the sugar like crust, like where it's kind of like you said, the burnt like is kind of in there. So maybe all those things are coming together.
Brown sugar. You mean like the creme brulee?
Yeah, yeah, where it's like
yes.
like I said, because of that, especially when it's burnt. Like
What if anybody's ever made creme brulee with a little bourbon in it?
They haven't. They should.
That's a good
They
idea.
have probably in New Orleans. That seems like a New Orleans thing for some reason.
That's a delicious idea. Bourbon brulee.
That's got to be a thing. There's no way. Bourbon brulee
Ooh.
pumpkin pie.
Oh, that sounds good.
Bourbon brulee.
There you go. Okay.
New York Times cooking.
All right. Oh, it's a drink.
Oh, never mind. oh, you put the crust on top of that? How do you do
you
that?
have the piece of orange. That's an orange there that they've put sugar and then they crack. Oh, okay.
I mixed bourbon, ginger liqueur, and sherry with a little fresh orange juice. And in a moment of inspiration, gussied up the orange garnish by caramelizing the slice before placing the floating drinks.
I know how burnt orange tastes. That's what I used when I had COVID.
Oh, to keep testing your...
It was delicious, actually. Yeah.
Looks like we know what's on the podcast next week. I mean, we have some of that stuff.
We'll put a
maple bourbon creme brulee.
Creme brulee, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's maple bourbon. Well, maple. Okay. All right.
Okay. So there we go. So that is... I'm a sucker for desserts. I blame my sweet tooth. Okie tooth. Okay teeth. Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought that person sounded like that.
Hey.
It was a little bit.
For the old-timey reels.
What
See?
ingredients you made? Heavy whipping cream, vanilla bean, egg yolk, pure maple syrup, and bourbon salt. Bourbonado sugar. Yeah. Okay. So that is a thing. And that sounds delicious.
Okay.
Can I get a rum and coke, no rum? Yeah. That was, what is it? Waterboy. All of a sudden. It was like, I'll have a scotch and soda. Hold the scotch. Did you just make a joke there? Yes, I did. Are you going to hold for 8 seconds again?
Do you want to, or will you just edit that because we did that already? And we'll just
We
talk some
can
more
do
about
that
it?
just for our own
Do what for our
tasting.
You mean, even though we did, you want to do it again, you're saying?
Just man, if we're
Do
gonna,
more
well, like how we'd have another sip and keep
Oh, okay.
tasting.
All
And
right.
If we
Okay.
edit back in some more, like, yeah, now I'm getting like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to use the first part if that's what
Okay.
you're asking. It's not like we have to come out of the sip again, but
Okay.
it was easier to do the second time, but still spicy.
I was going to say, though, if anything, though, it definitely amps things. I think it kind of re-amplifies
yeah,
the proof there.
yeah. I get,
The thing to do would be to try that with 80 proof.
yeah,
Well, it tastes like 100 proof. when you
yeah,
hold it in
maybe
there.
the longer you hold it in your mouth, like I don't know. I definitely get some nice spice on the front of my tongue too from doing that process that we just talked about. But yeah, that is really good.
It's got a little pineapple. That's weird.
Nice little finish there too. Like I said, kind of a lingering finish, like that little bit of smoke that you talked about kind
Yeah.
of keeps coming back through. The vanilla's in there, that nice bit of fruit. This is this is what I was thinking of when I had barrel bourbon.
And you say they don't make these though repeated. So you had this what, like within the last year, and they still
Yeah,
have
I
it?
can't, and they just still have had it around.
Okay.
Like I said, so yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if we talked about it earlier, but Barrel Bourbon, they do, like I said, they kind of, I think two of the owners, or at least at one point, were wine was their background. So they think of a lot of their different bourbon expressions like wine, where it's kind of like one-offs. It's different every year a little bit. You know, they don't ever try and keep, at least as of yet, maybe they'll start doing that at some point, but they have not tried to make other things the same. So it's like if you see something, you know, and you try it and you like it, go back to the store and get another bottle, because once it's gone, it's going to be gone. This one has seemed to have stayed around a little bit longer, because I know I got this for somebody like as a gift, and then still saw it like 5 or 6 months later. So I don't know if they just, you know, more stock just became available or a certain amount. But anyway, like I said, yeah, that was why I knew I wanted to get this one again, and kind of had my eye on it. And this one's a little, I don't know if we have not talked about price. This one, for some of their stuff, is actually a little bit on the cheaper side, because their stuff is usually not cheap because of the cask strength and everything else. So they get less yield compared to some. What do you have any idea what this costs?
I think is it 60 or 70?
Yeah, 70.
Okay.
Yeah, like right around 70, which for them, that's actually on the lower side. Usually their stuff is 80, 90, 100, like it's kind of up from there. But yeah, no, this is one I'm really happy to have. I like this one quite a bit.
I enjoyed it.
Did they do a little better this time?
Well, once again, taking everything into consideration, and yes, it's good. I like it. I liked it. No matter what, I liked it.
There you go.
It was good.
And no matter what, we think you might like our website at AboutBeverages.com. If you want to find everything we've ever done, including the other barrel bourbon that we were just talking about, that is all up on our website. From our podcast to recipes to videos, everything is there. If you only want the latest videos, YouTube is the best place to go subscribe, which we would appreciate, and check out anything there. If you only want audio because you don't want to see us, or you want to save on your data for any reason whatsoever, or maybe you're on the go, maybe in your car, you don't need the video. Google Podcast, iTunes, Spotify are great places to go and hit the follow button there as well. Or if you have a favorite podcasting app, search for About Beverages. We'll probably be there, or if we're not there, hopefully soon. Just let us know where you want us to be, and we'll see if we can make it work. Places you can let us know about that would be like maybe some social media things.
The social media, the three pillars of social media, which for us are currently.
Yeah, we'll keep saying currently.
TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I actually it was this afternoon today, because we got started a little bit early.
We did.
So earlier this afternoon when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific, give or take. So we get together, try different beverages, hang out with everybody in chat, and just have a whole bunch of fun talking about whatever happens to come up. Usually it's beverage related, but there's a lot of other things that we talk about as well. Also, throughout the week, Andrew will keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world, what game he will be playing, and what refreshing beverage he will, or not necessarily refreshing, not all of them are refreshing.
That's true.
Some of them are refreshing, but whatever beverage he might have.
Thirst-quenching whiskey.
Yeah, that's right. Well, by his side as he's playing those games. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
Maybe even a second shot.
Maybe
or a third shot.
You should give it another shot.
Give it another shot. And that is a podcast. Lol, why would you do that? I know you should always have the rum part of the rum and coke. I would agree. Crocodile, is good to see you. Only two guys I know who swish liquor around longer than mouthwash. I mean, we were trying something.
It is
definitely
mouthwash. And maybe I didn't need to swish it, but
now you should try a sip with just like how you normally would take a drink then too. My favorite brewery today got voted the best in Massachusetts. Ooh, what brewery is that? Is that the one where you get your peanut butter and jelly sour beers, or is it something else?
Napster Brewery.
Oh my God.
Definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That's why I was asking. Yeah,
it goes down a lot smoother.
Yeah, a lot smoother. Don't get any of the spice at the front.
No.
But you do miss out on some of the fruit. Like I said, I think I got a little more of the fruit. I still got the wood, the vanilla, and some of those notes, but you do get a little bit. So I think it's definitely something worth doing. Like I said, if you're having something like that, having a new whiskey. Peanut butter and jelly, what now? There is a peanut butter and jelly sour ale. Well, actually, there's a bunch that Guardian Down has tracked down. We've actually even done one on a podcast. If you go to our website, cultist.beverages.com. Something like that.
Yeah.
If you go search for peanut butter and jelly, it was like Bistro peanut butter.
Bistro, yeah.
Something like that.
Energy.
And it was delicious.
Yeah.
Like I said, it tasted like peanut butter and jelly. But yeah, like I said, those are definitely usually pretty tasty things. Next week, a little up in the air. Because I will be back Wednesday, but probably late Wednesday.
Okay.
So I don't know what, like I said, we can tentatively plan for this next podcast in general.
Okay.
I don't know what you've been thinking about. We could do, maybe we should do, because I've got that tequila that I bought, which I have not opened, the El Tequeño, which is, like I said, a additive-free tequila.
Additive-free, that's right.
So we could
Pass the
try
test.
that and then make a mixed drink with that.
Okay.
Either something new if you've found
Margarita?
something.
No, I'm just
We
kidding.
can always make a margarita. Like I'm never against that. Like I said, that's always easy to do. But if there's something else tequila based that you thought, what was in the paper plane? What was in that? I just, off the top of my head, I just was thinking
That was
Amaro.
Aperol and another Amaro of some sort.
Oh, that was two different.
Two different Amaros.
Because Aperol is
yeah.
also Amaro, right?
Yes.
So that was a
But
double
it was
Amaro.
also, yeah, I thought it was both.
Man, that doesn't seem like that would fly at all
Two.
whatsoever. If you know what I'm saying. Oh man.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, do something
Do
refreshing
Paloma.
into tequila.
Let's do an actual.
No,
Paloma.
I thought about that, but no, I wasn't gonna say
you
that.
were gonna say it.
No, I don't
You
say
didn't.
it. No.
You finish. But yeah, we could definitely do
What's
that
that?
tequila into some sort of mixture, even if it's like I said, even if it's something as easy as like I said, as a margarita. That's always good. We can do fresh lime, do everything
Sure.
super fresh. I've got that agave nectar anyway. Maybe we just wind up doing that. Is there anything else lately you've been wanting to like open with or start? Is there anything either new you've had or you've had your eye on?
Thinking something. Something in the wine arena.
Okay.
Yeah. Rosé, some sort.
Oh, that would be nice.
Let's see. Let's find out. Let me take a look.
I would like the sound of that.
Take a look.
That would actually be pretty tasty.
Thinking it's good summertime beverage. Maybe even a sparkling rosé. Ooh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or maybe not super sparkly, but we have some that are got a little bit of bubble to
What
it.
makes
I don't know.
it sparkly? They just put carbonation in there? Or
Yeah, I
they
think
do
so,
something?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if they actually did something else and made it
They
happen.
stir it vigorously.
Yeah.
And they bottle it quickly.
Stirred
vigorously and bottled
quickly. That's
contain
that's too funny.
the bubbles.
There's no containing them. Can't stop them. You can only hope to contain
Only
them.
hope to contain them.
All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. We're going to go say hi to Mr. Hatch. He is doing some Destiny 2, gilding his Conqueror title. We're going to say hi to him. If you want to go check out some Destiny, you can do so. I will be on again tomorrow, slightly later, because like I said, I've got someone coming in to fix the air conditioning. Crocodile, good night to you as well.
Good night.
So like I said, I'll keep everyone up posted on Twitter. Hopefully it won't be too much later. I'm going to try and be set up. So as soon as they're gone, I will just hop right on. And then, like I said, podcast next week to be determined, at least if it'll be that week or the next week. But yeah, should be some good times over the next few days. I'm looking forward to this weekend for sure.
Yeah,
Can't wait
we
to
got
come over and hang
little
out.
party, and then
Little
you
pool
guys-
party, some
yeah.
pizza and everything.
Yeah.
Have you decided what pizzas you're ordering? They're all gonna be
Probably
meatless,
just
right?
Domino's.
They're all gonna
No,
be vegan pizzas.
whatever. Well, no, we will appeal to all tastes.
All tastes. I do love some Domino's pizza. We switched recently though. We started switching to Little Caesars.
No,
Price.
they do have funny commercials.
Price.
Okay.
It really was like all of a sudden I was like
Well,
they used to do this really good like takeout, like Domino's used to be great where it was like $7.99,
Yeah.
3 topping, whatever, and then it was like 4, 5, 6 months ago or something like that. All of a sudden I went to do an order and it was like double what we normally. I was
I
like,
don't know
what
where the closest Domino's is Little Caesars is to us now.
We happen to have one fairly close, but yeah, I don't know where.
Okay.
I don't know where it would be for you guys,
Huh.
honestly. But yeah, like I said, no.
There used to be one right by the store, but that's been gone for a long time.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one is gone.
Right
Okay.
there, yeah,
Oh,
right by
interesting.
where back in the day that McGee Road Liquors was still there.
Oh,
It was right there.
Oh god,
So,
yeah. I do remember that one there. But all right. Thank you guys again for being here. Again, follow on all the social media things if you want to see and know when we are going to go live, whether it's for podcasting or other stuff. But yeah, we're going to go say hi to Mr. Hatch and watch him do what he does best, which is kind of be goofy as he finishes up a Guild to Conquer. That's literally what he does best.
All right, everybody. Thank you again.
Cheers.
We will see you soon. You'll see him tomorrow.
That's right. Good night.